the sailors out here, and we're going to talk about one of our food at sea demos that we do at Foods and Feasts at Jamestown. Now, food at sea is really tricky because we're in the time period we don't have modern refrigeration. The technology they have is based on preserving food in the form of salted, pickled, and dried. That does limit a lot of the types of foods they can have on the ship. But when we do research in the time period, one of our real sources we pull from is Martin Frobisher. He writes about North Atlantic, specifically going over the top of the Russian country to be able to do trade and military exploration. And he goes into a nice detailed list of typically what sailors would have on a ship. And for our demonstration, what we like to do is show the typical food he lists that a sailor would have for their day-to-day rations. And we let visitors decide how much of this food would a sailor need per day. For example, on flesh days or red meat days, you would have salted pork, as we see here, though sometimes it's salted beef. We have ship's biscuits, the dehydrated bread of the time period. Yellow peas, very typical of an English ship. You might see other different types of dried vegetables on other ships. Butter, very much salted to make it help preserve, and types of hard cheeses that can last a long time at sea. Oh, and of course, finally, beer. Small beer specifically. It is a low alcohol content beer, only about 1 to 2%, just enough to make sure nothing scummy grows, but not enough that your crew can party on it. Plus, unbeknownst to them, but through common sense, it is very good because it is filled with carbs and calories. And you're going to find a lot of this food is filled with carbs and calories, which is perfect for the hard work they do at a ship, especially for months at a time. Now, once we have the visitors decide how many scoops of yellow peas, how many ship's biscuits, how much pork they would get, then we show what Frobisher says in his account of what sailor gets per day. Here we go, already all pre-measured out. Says that, oh, let's not forget the beer. Oh, and by the way, this is not all of the beer. This is just half of the amount of beer. Because typically a sailor's diet, according to Martin Frobisher, you get about a gallon of small beer a day, so 4 of these total, a pound of ship's biscuits, a pound of your red meat like salted pork or salted beef, quarter a pound of butter, half a pound of cheese, and a quart of yellow peas. That is a lot of fat, protein, carbs, and calories. Perfect for the sailor who's doing a lot of back-breaking, intensive work to be able to get ships across the Atlantic or exploring new frontiers or being able to go to different trade ports throughout the world for merchant sailor work. It is a lot of food. This is lasting a whole day. This is just not one meal. And a lot of this you can eat the way it is, like the cheeses or the ship's biscuits if you rehydrate them. Other stuff, such as the salted meats, or the dried peas, you're gonna either have to rehydrate or cook it up to be able to consume it, and they might do that in the form of like a peas pudding. Or if they say are on fish day, instead of peas, a lot of times they'll get grains to supplement the fish, and they can make maybe a loblolly, a type of dish with dried rice and dried fruits and such in it, if they have some dried fruits on the side. So a lot of this is food that you typically see on sea. There are going to be other examples of other types of specialized foods, but they're all still going to follow the same principle of being preserved, either dried, pickled, or salted. And we hope you guys come out to join us if you're at the ships, the Pasiphae town, at the fort, and also visit our sister museum at Yorktown to see how they do cooking in the 18th century. Bye guys!